All right. So we got a guy coming up. His name is Inky, and I guess
Okay.
he's got 2 questions for
All
us.
right. Inky, bringing it.
Welcome.
Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
Yes, same.
How do you guys keep drama away when working in a team?
You can't. The best way to deal with drama is to just address it instantly and um, with truth and get down to it. Because generally, drama is one person's like 60% at fault and one person's like 40%. The 40% person's going to pretend they're a victim. The 60% person's going to pretend they were set up. You got all this other shit, and then you got a bunch of people going to weigh in as authorities. They only know like 38% of the actual scenario, so they're seeing different sides of it. Like humans are really good at letting each other down. And so you just have to go and say, okay, stop, cut. Guys, we're on the same team. What's going on? You talk. Okay, now you shut up. You talk. Yeah, I mean, you just have to actually just treat it like people are two or three, not in the like a negative sense, but in the sense that we got to cut the bullshit out. You guys are too smart. You're going to try to be tricky. What's going on? You just have to address drama and nip it in the bud, because it can't be. You can't let it. It'll fester like the fastest and ruin the team. Totally ruin the team. If the leadership doesn't stop the poison apple, it's going to poison the well fast.
Give them 2 foam swords and have them duke it out.
Or that.
So I guess we have another short coming up for your game.
Right. Flip Rimrod.
Conflicts.
Oh, how does Flip resolve conflicts in the workplace? Okay, let's do it.
It lines up well.
How do I solve conflicts with coworkers? Well, you've got to know who they are, what their likes are, their dislikes, learn something about their past. I'd say it turns out I find out that you have never put a single penny in a donut donation coffee can, but you eat 3 donuts every day. And then you accuse me of taking money out of the Halloween party donation can to buy some smokes, which I always put back. Classic office conflict, right? And normally those two kind of things should cancel one another out. But then you say, I stole money, you just forgot to donate, and you're going to write me up. Well, now we are at DEFCON 6, my friend, or DEFCON 1, I always forget which is. Whatever the worst one is, that's the DEFCON rat. Okay, that's when you're going to get a little encrypted message that shows a video of you at Burning Man from 10 years ago because I did a little research. You're wearing nothing but a horse's tail and a unicorn horn, having sex with a totally shorn albino llama wearing a Miley Cyrus mask. And guess who's buying donuts tomorrow? So, yeah.
Well,
I have not seen that one yet.
yeah, Flip handles his conflicts differently than a lot of people, but I think there's a method to his madness.
I'm sorry, that one really got me.
Yeah. Why don't we just go to another one, Fluffy? Let's just cut straight into another one.
Go to another
Sometimes
one.
Flip asks questions at the end of an interview.
Man.
So we'll see how he does.
Yeah, what is your office romance policy? Because I know a lot of places frown upon commingling in the office. Do you allow it? You do. Very surprising. Good to know. Second question, would there be like a legal bag limit for the amount of office gals a new employee could commingle with in, say, his first month before he got written up or fired? Judging by the look on your face, I'm going to say not a good idea. Fair enough. Finally, if I was to hypothetically ask your very lovely secretary out after this interview, and we go out to, say, a fondue restaurant, and she accidentally gets burned with some very hot cheese, yeah, I'm just playing a little harmless game of under-the-table handsies. I mean, we are in a dimly lit romantic restaurant with a couple of carafes of house sangrinas. That's what you do in a place like that, right? I mean, when in Rome. But then I begin to work here, and she's telling everybody about the horrible burn on her face, how I'm bad news. You hear about it. Is that a classic game of he said, she said?
Or is it just a game of she said?
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Personal definition of success in indie dev.
Ooh.
Man,
Not going bankrupt.
you have two things I think drive indie devs. One is, I think commonly we like to create. We want to create things, and the other is we actually want people to be happy. The people around us, we want them to be happy, and this becomes for certain types of people our way of both creating and bringing joy. For whatever reason, we're autistic, or I don't know how it works, but that's what we do, and So I think for most indie devs, if you measure your success in terms of dollars, you're going to feel like you didn't do it. So if you make a game and people played the game and they like the game, to me that's successful. Making a game is super hard, and making a fun game that people like is super hard. So if you make a game and people were like, "Yeah, I like it," then you know what? That's successful, and that's actually the best way to get yourself picked up if you want to do it as a job, even if your game didn't work. Having a functioning game that's fun, that's like a get hired card, for most companies.
Thank you.
Yep.
There we go. Thanks for the question.